David Burke looked like he had the perfect life. He was one of the fastest rising names in music, and his songs were everywhere. Millions of people followed his career, and it looked like he was only getting started. But while fans was watching his success, prosecutors say something much darker was happening behind the scenes. Now that story is one step closer to be told in court. A judge has ruled that there's enough evidence for Burke to stand trial over the death of Celeste Rivas Hernandez. The ruling came after 5 days of testimony, where prosecutors laid out the case they were building for more than a year. According to prosecutors, Burke and Celeste had been in contact for months. They believed the relationship had become something he desperately wanted to keep hidden. As his music career continued taking off, prosecutors say he became afraid that everything he had worked for suddenly disappeared overnight. Then Celeste disappeared. For months, nobody knew exactly what had happened. When her remains was finally found, the case took a shocking turn. Medical experts later testified that she had died from multiple sharp force injuries. Despite the condition of her body, they were still able to determine her death was a homicide. The courtroom also heard about the evidence prosecutors believe connects Burke to the crime. That includes DNA, phone data, and records showing items were bought before Celeste disappeared. Prosecutors believe those pieces fit together to tell one story. Burke's attorneys strongly disagree. They continue to say he's innocent and argue that the evidence doesn't prove he committed a crime. In the end, the judge wasn't deciding whether Burke was guilty. That part comes later. The only question was whether the prosecutors had presented enough evidence for the case to move forward. After hearing both sides, the answer was yes. That means the next chapter of this case will play out in front of a jury. Burke has pleaded not guilty to the charges and remains behind bars without bail. If he's eventually convicted of the most serious counts, he could spend the rest of his life in prison, and prosecutors are still deciding whether to seek the death penalty. For now, the trial hasn't started. No verdict has been reached, but after months of speculation, one thing is finally certain. This case is no longer an investigation. It's officially heading to trial. What happens next? I'll keep a close eye on this case and updating you along the way. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next video.